What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Canadian Guy here, and we are back with Crash Team Rumble. So, it was mentioned before, and I was like, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Sorry, one second. One second here. Sorry. As soon as I went live, I got an update on a project, so I was just had to quickly give feedback on it because it looks really good. One second. There we go. Okay. So, I think... Okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, we had an update on something that just swooped in, jumped in, whatever. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in today. So, we are playing some Rumble. Typically, the... yes. My hand is feeling much better. Still at about, 25%. Still at about 25%. Or, not 25%, sorry. 95%. About 95%. Doing up, that's a little bit difficult. And pouring can be hard. But beyond that, we're doing pretty good. As long as it doesn't pop back out. If it pops back out, then I have to go see a surgeon. So, a few things to say before we get started. The Etsy store is still open, of course. We're restocking every day. I couldn't get the Bandicoot, Warning Bandicoot, Danger Bandicoot signs up, but those will be going up as soon as I can because today we were focusing on a completely separate project. But there is a whole bunch of other stuff. We have a slight price reduction on the Dragon Eggs because I was able to figure out a way to produce more in a shorter amount of time, which means the end product is still the same quality, but I'm able to produce it at a cheaper rate. So that means I'm going to be reducing it on your guys' end as well. There's a couple of price slashes across the whole store. If you want to go check that out, there's the link in the description below. Fun little thing is we're doing a 3D print for something big. Now, this is a test because we're using a new program. And this new program allows me to take something and make it big. So I'm wondering what you guys think. The color is not indicative of what it is because I'll be painting it. But this is just a small piece of what I'm printing. Any guesses as to what you think it might be? Comment below. Or whatever. Currently it's super gluing. This is one part of 17. So, or 22. I can't remember how many parts it is. It's a lot of parts. And we got more parts of it printing right now. So, is there anything that I am missing? By the way, yes, if you do buy something in the Etsy store during the stream, comment and let me know. I will go check it out and I will thank you and appreciate you and say thank you and give you a quick shout out. Additionally, we have a letter. We went and checked the P.O. box, and the P.O. box has a letter in it, and I know who it's from. It is from J Buns, and we'll be opening this later in the stream. So hopefully she pops up by later on, and we can open it and take a look at it together. That guy Mikey has become a member. Oh, there's J Buns right there. She literally on cue. I'm like, yeah. I got the package from J Buns. We'll be opening it later when she shows up. And then she's like, yeah, boom, I'm here. Ninja Smoke. Poof, I'm here. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, man, it's like Beetlejuice. It's like J Buns, J Buns, J Buns. Poof, she's there. Okay, so it has been a little bit since we played Rumble. And I'm curious. My Spidey sense, that's it. I'm curious how this is going to go. I'm wondering if there's going to be even enough people that are going to want to play within my area, or if we're able to get any matches. Because before, I kind of hyped up and pumped up everybody. It was like, yeah, we're going to be doing CTR this day. We're going to be getting CTR this day. And people were expecting, yeah, okay, we're going to go do CTR. We're going to do CTR. And we have a full bloody roster, like a full Wow. Even now. Even now. Full roster. Like... that, to me... You just said your words, and I'm happy that I did. I am happy. I am happy that I did. Yeah, I know there's going to be more people joining, but that doesn't necessarily... Hot Shot has been a member for 28 months. Boop. Boop. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm shocked because even though I'm playing Rumble, I know I'm playing Rumble, and I know that there are people watching. I know that there's going to be people saying, oh, I'm going to hop on Rumble too. I know that. But still, you have to think out of, 100 people watching, we need 7 other people. They have to be relatively within my area. Like if someone in Australia is trying to play and I'm trying to play, the likelihood of us getting paired up is unlikely. So we have about 100 people from around the world watching, okay? Plus the people natively playing the game, and we've gotten to a match like that. So now I gotta relearn all the controls. Crud. It's been because I've been playing Crash 4, gotten back into the habit of Crash 4. Again, thank you so much for all your love and support, Hot Shot. Really appreciate it, man. Me, big angry Brio. And we go. Got it! Okay. Ow, that wasn't nice. Elemental orbs available. Boom, baby! Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so actually got an okay start so far. Keyword is okay. Ow! No! I'm still alive! Ah, no! Alright, let's go get that. Enchanted tower available. Your team boosted. Ally team super boosted. Yay! Enemy team boosted. I don't know why on my first match back I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play Brio. Why? I don't know. I realize now that it was probably a poor choice, but hey. Okay, I better start doing more of my job of, trying to block. TNT Great Spyro! Gee, I wonder who, started doing that and got blamed on the server for that. Enemy team boost expired. Ally enchanted tower. Okay. I'm gonna go over here. Ah, man, even my little blobber guy couldn't get him? We're also an uncoordinated mess. Like, I like... Bye! Fire! How do I have the most... Oh, no. Oh, no. Super Brio! Thank you, Obsolete Mule! Hey, Drad, how's it going, man? 1 second, hold on. Drink, teleport! Unga Bunga!
What a knockout.
Bye, Dolores! Is the elemental orbs done yet? Thank you, jeez! Thank you again for all your support, Obsolete Mule. And I'm sorry, I don't know, we never found out what happened, did we? With, the bloody, uh-oh. Oh, come on! Life's been a bit crazy. Oh, trust me, I would, I know. First match was a defeat, but also I played Brio. I don't know why. I was like, duh, Brio. Because apparently I like to make poor life choices. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, let's try this again. Maybe not Brio. Maybe we can play somebody else. I would like to play my girl, Coco. I like Coco. Give me my Coco. Well, that's spoiled. I'm gonna move that over there. Thank you. Oh, I figured, Lonnie's. I figured that was you. So I'll always say this. I'll say this once and I'll say it again. I'll say it once. I'll say it 100 times. If I don't know what I'm about to go up against, if I'm told you have no idea who your partners are, and you have no idea who you're going up against, who are you picking? I'm picking Coco. 3, 2, 1. That's just always been my comfort character when it came to this game, which I'm a little bit upset about because when I went to play test this game, I only got to play Coco like once or twice. Ah! Yeah, Ripco got me on that one too. Okay, but we'll get B at least. So we'll get the biggest one. Not... Oh, C is... We held down C. C, senor. Quantum wall from the grave. I need to be the artillery, so it's always Ripperoo. Ripperoo is great. I love Ripperoo. Super boosted. Enemy team, not excellent. Quantum bouncer. Bye, Mabel. Okay, so they still got a 60% boost. Thank you. Grab that. I'm just focusing on the relics. The relics of the past. All that, thank you. Grab these.
Minecraft Spitter ready.
B is being tested. Greg! We missed you, friend!
Your team boosted. Allied team ultra boosted.
Well, you know what that means. Go, Greg! Go, Greg! Go! Big wall! We took lead, and we got a 70% boost! Ruh-roh, Raggy! Well, I didn't die, so that's good.
Minecraft Spitter ready. Drop off to win.
Very cool. Don't mind me, 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 don't mind me.
Your team boost expired.
Yeah! And top performer. Oh! Woo! That's what I mean by saying that when I don't know what I'm facing, I have no clue what I'm going up against, I'm like, Coco. GG's. City Scrape. Let's go with... Let's go with Coco again. With the Vampistache. Don't ask where the German accent's coming from. My wife and I watched a movie last night that we actually really enjoyed. What was it? And is there a J Buns? Well, hello there. So what was I saying now? So we watched, it was, what was it? The war, what was it? It was, the something of ungentlemanly warfare. World War II movie recently came out. The something of the group of the something of ungentlemanly ungentlemanly warfare, and it's a World War II story, and it was good. I actually enjoyed it. It was really good. Here we go.
3, 2,
I just saw a dingo just. Ah! Uh-oh.
Enemy team puts Wonka on the board. Enemy team boosted.
Dr. Cortex! I'm trying! Oh, baby! Did we hold this down or what?
Allied team mega boosted.
Haha!
expired.
Bye.
Wampa stack ready. TNT drones available.
I should have done the... Oh, yeah. I could do that. There we go. Ah, no. There we go. Okay, when that happens. Happens once in a while, though. Thank you so much, Elena, for being a member for 25 months. But you've been around for a lot longer than that. And I want to say thank you for all of those months of support as well. Speed, speed, speed. Okay.
Enemy team boosted.
I'm being shot at from like 8 different directions, and I don't like any of it.
Super boosted.
No! I was so close! He just jumped up and got roasted. Gotta keep... Ow. Oh, TNT drones! Let's go!
Wampa stack ready. Enemy team boost expired.
No! That's fine. Thank you.
Boosted.
We're on the enemy side. Ow. I hear Nabuda buff. Can't really turn in there until Greg's gone, unfortunately. Oh! Had a little bit of a leg spike there, but we're good.
Your team boost expired.
Ah.
TNT drones available. Enemy team boosted. What a smackdown.
It's gonna be one of these matches, isn't it? Where it's just a death. A thing of death. Yeah, buddy.
Enemy team scores for the lead. Enemy team ultra boosted. Your team scores for the lead. Enemy team pulls ahead. Your team takes lead. Wow, getting down to the wire.
Ha! I live.
Enemy team takes lead. It's gonna be a close one. Team pulls ahead.
TNT crates for the win.
Your team boosted. Enemy team scores for the lead.
No, I think I might have messed it up. Oh no, they put a Greg down! Ah! Ah, good game. Good game. Good game. Good game. Oh, that was tough. I tried, man. That was a good game. That was good. It was just like, it just could not. I think they had a lot better coverage of our bank. Like just a lot. Like I was noticing that, like, you know, they were constantly over at our bank, which I mean is good. That's good strategy. Just could not pry him off. Let's try Tana this time. Oh no, we called him Greg, and we called him Greg so much that the official Toys for Bob, the people from Toys for Bob officially started calling him Greg as well, which I thought was the funniest thing ever. And we were, it wasn't just me though, it was started by somebody else. Then I was like, you know what? Bet. That's what we're gonna call him, Greg. I heard my buddy's like, yeah, I call him Greg, and I was just like, and now we shall call him Greg. we are Greg.
3, 2,
All right, team, let's go. Boom!
what a smackdown.
Ah, man, I was hoping.
Enemy team boosted. Your team puts Wumpa on the board. Crates ready. Ice Wizards available.
I knew I was gonna eat it. I was like, ah. I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, we're gonna be running out of time on this one.
Enemy team super boosted.
And they refreshed it too. Right there. Ah, that sucks. Okay, well. Well, bye, Dingo. Alas, poor Dingo. Alright, so I'm just hyper focusing on just collecting at the moment. Ooh, ouch.
Enemy team boost expired.
I was hoping to try that they were going to continue their trajectory and they were going to run into that. That was the mental thought that I had going, but
Your team boosted. Gulp available.
there we go.
Enemy Ice Wizards.
I'm gonna lock down A.
Allied
We
team
did, thank goodness.
Volley ambulance.
Sorry, J-Buns. I'm an unhappy snowman! Nope. Oh no! Okay, woo! Had a little bit of a lag spike there, but we good.
Your team boost expired.
Oh! Ooh! Ooh, that was just spicy! Did you see that? Oh! Damaged them up and then TNT took them both out. Yikes!
One tough cookie.
Yeah, buddy!
Ally go. Enemy ice wizard.
Ah, no! I tried! I was thinking, yeah, Taro, there it goes. Yeah. It was you, then it was JB, right? It was you, then JB. Like, I got it from JB, who got it from you, I believe. But yeah, no, we still call him Greg. He's still Greg.
Enemy team takes lead.
They took what now? Hi, Tana B. How's it going?
Your team boosted.
Nope. 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 Nerp. Nerp. Okay. We got a 30% boost. Come on. We gotta be using it.
Enemy team boost expired.
About to come up too. Oh, they're doing a massive turn in.
Enemy ice wizards. Your team boost expired. Not available.
No! Oh, they just need a small turn and someone stop them. Anybody. Someone. Anyone. No! Ah! Can anybody stop them? Clearly not. Ag. That was good. That was good. I will forever weep over the fact of just how fun this game is. I will forever weep over the fact that I thoroughly enjoy this game, that this game is thoroughly a lot of fun. And if it was given the treatment that it deserved, if it was given the patience and treatment that it deserved, not even by its fans, but by Activision themselves, I truly believe, truly and honestly believe that this game would have flourished. Oh, we need a scorer. Catbat to the rescue. I genuinely think that because here's the big thing too, is that I genuinely think, and my opinion and stance has changed on this, but due to Activision's reactions, what I'm seeing and what I think is kind of what happened was that Activision internally was invested in this game. Something happened, and they pulled out, and they turned around and wanted to essentially have their cake and eat it too, where they're like, hey, we want a guarantee on money back because we don't want this to go free to play because we don't know, we don't know. They lost confidence in it. And then Toys for Bob trying to salvage it. This isn't anything official. This is what I think happened. This isn't official. This isn't like, oh, I know exactly what happened, and I'm here to reveal it to you. I'm telling you, this is what I think happened. And what I think happened is that just simply by looking at what happened, I think that Activision was behind this game. Something happened. Something spooked them, and I could even bet down to like the quarter of when that happened, like the industry quarter, and I believe it would have been in Q4 2022 or even 2021. I think would have been when we first got the Wumpa Pinata. We are getting smacked this round.
Your team blue sticks fall.
I think that that was something that happened. Something spooked Activision. Because there were aspects of this game that were clearly set up and defined for free to play. Like, there were things that were set up like, yeah, this is going to be free to play. Here's, like, certain things. I'm like, yeah, okay, I think this is going to be a free to play game. And then at the last second, it's like, no, it's a premium game. And it's like, oh, all right. That's weird, but okay, right? And then for sure, I was like, okay, so, the strategy here is clearly, since they went with it, okay, they're going to make it pay to play for the first year, and then after the year, they're going to turn around and be like, okay, now it's free to play, and they're going to use that money that they got to reinvest it back into the project to make it better. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. I was, in fact, very much wrong, and it very much came off as, Activision saw it and was like, all right, we want to make money off of it, and then they turned around and said, okay, you have to charge this much, and they kind of already knew, hey, we're not going to be sticking around for this game. We're going to cut our losses early and run away. Something spooked them, in my opinion. Something spooked them. What was that spook? I don't know. I have no idea what would have spooked them. I have no clue. Because it seemed like everything was full speed ahead. Everything seemed to be moving fine, and all of a sudden they hit a wall. The first wall we know was because of Call of Duty. We know that. We know that for a fact. Call of Duty was the first wall, and we know that. That is clear as day. That's what happened. We know it for basically Toys for Bob went bang right into a brick wall because of COVID and Call of Duty. But there was a secondary stoppage that just messed everything up. I mean, messed everything up. Everything went sideways from that point. I remember we were saying, hey, no, they're not really... I remember saying, hey, they're not really advertising this game. Hey, they're not really pushing this. Hey, what's going on here? What is the problem? What is the issue here? And they just were not pushing the game. They just were not. They would not. It just was like they're not pushing it. There's barely any ads. If there are ads, it's just like on TikTok. From where? Aw, thank you, Elena, for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, there was something that happened, and this will be the first time I'm admitting this, where I gave a side eye to it. I was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of weird. So, here's an opinion and a take that I'm going to give that made me confused. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I'm just saying that there was something that didn't click. And I was just like, ooh, okay, that was weird. So,
Team boost expired.
when
Team boosted. Enemy team boost expired.
when I went to Activision to go play the game, I got there and it was a great time. We had a blast. I would, if I ever went in the past and do it again, I would. Like, there was no issues there. But there was something that bothered me a little bit, and it did bother me. And I sat there, and it was the people that were invited to this event. Now, I got there, and oh my gosh, Sponge Benny Mark. Destination Mark. Wrong Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Of course, I know he gets called that all the time, but nonetheless. Destination Mark was there. There were journalists there. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, these people all make sense to be here. But there was a large influx of, like, TikTok people that were there that didn't really even know what they were doing, which is fine. But they were just like, yeah, Crash is cool. And they were all these TikTok people, or I have no idea if they were stars or not, who were there and invited. And I had never seen them talk about, hey, Milk Dud, and I had never seen them talk about Rumble afterwards, because I tried following some of them. I was like, okay, some of these people, they must be interested in, they might be part of Activision's plan or whatever. I never saw them talk about Rumble afterwards. It was just me, Mark, I'm trying to remember how many, like, maybe I missed a few. It was me, Mark, and I think a guy named Tropical Joe, who is a YouTuber. And that was really it. And then it was gaming journalists, which obviously, yeah, you're going to have game journalists at your gaming event, of course, duh. And then it was TikTok stars that I had never heard of and never seen before. Now, that's not to say that they're a nobody. I'm not saying that either. It's just the marketing didn't really make sense. I'm like, why are we catering to TikTok stars when I don't think, in my opinion, a lot of these people, it's not the demographic that I would think of. Maybe I'm wrong, but it wasn't the demographic that I first thought of. I would have thought immediately gaming journalists and YouTubers. Right? That's my knee-jerk reaction, right? Because a lot of people that watch my content, and of course a majority of them are Crash and Spyro fans, are like 25 to 40-year-olds. And while TikTok is definitely a strong and dominant platform, is it really for that demographic? And then maybe my market research is wrong. Maybe it is, but just my knee-jerk reaction is no. So I was shocked that there weren't more YouTubers out there. I was shocked that Miharu wasn't invited out, or maybe she was and she couldn't make it. I was shocked that even like YouTubers who are like adjacent to Crash Bandicoot, which would have been like Crystal Blazer or Crystal Fissure, heck, right? All these other people that would have definitely been a nice time, and to be able to do like a whole marketing thing about that, I was just kind of shocked that they weren't there. And again, it's a possibility of the case that they couldn't make it because I had to pay my way to get out there, right? I had to pay my way. Hey, Milk Dud, how's it going? I had to pay my own way to get out there, right? So that could have been it, right? I don't know. Just in my opinion, I definitely agree with that, Caroline. I definitely agree that they were trying to reach a wider demographic. I would have... So, okay, hold on. I'm going to play this. This is going to be the last match I play because there's going to be other people that want to join in on this lobby. So, this is going to be the last lobby I play. I'm going to back out, and then I'm going to back out wait a couple seconds, and then hop in so that other people can get a chance to be able to play all together. So here's my thoughts on this, and I agree with you. I would agree with you if this was for Crash Bandicoot 4. Because here's the thing. Crash Bandicoot 4, who's going to buy that? Nearly every Crash fan. If you are a Crash fan, if you are a fan of Crash Bandicoot and you see Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Yeah, you're interested in that. Yeah, you want to play that. Yeah, that is something that you want. Duh, right? You don't need to do much to sell them. Right? You don't need to do much to sell them on buying the game. But, so that would mean that you would want a marketing campaign that would try to push to get more exposure to a brighter demographic, right? That would be the TikTok stars. That would be the celebrity show-ups. That's what that... Because you already know, if you're a fan of Crash, you're going to pick this game up, period. You're going to... Like, if you enjoy Crash Bandicoot, even moderately on the regular, not even like a crazy diehard fan, right? But if you were to turn around and try to sell Rumble to people, well, Rumble was already being like, Crash fans were kind of like, not sure, just looking at it from the outside in, right? In my opinion, it should have been done more convincing for the core Crash fan base, more than the typical, and the reason why is because the likelihood of someone who's not a Crash fan or to pick up Rumble is low. Like, let me ask you something. How many people do you think played Crash Team Rumble as their very first Crash game? Think about it for a second. How many people picked up Rumble and they're like, yeah, this is my very first Crash game? Now compare that to Crash Bandicoot 4. How many people think, like, yeah, you know what? I've heard of this Crash game before. Let me give it a try. This is the mainline game. Let me give it a try. Right? I would bet money, not even in terms of sheer numbers, not even numbers, by percentages and ratios, not even by pure numbers, because obviously it's not, obviously, obviously, more people just by sheer sales numbers alone, because we know that 5 million people bought Crash 4. Which we don't know how many sales Rumble did, but we know it's not as good as 4. We know that for certain because, well, otherwise the game would still be going. Point is that wouldn't you want to do more marketing towards the core fan base for Rumble, just because you gotta convince people who are Crash fans to begin with to try this game out. Right? And I can understand where they're going. And I'm not saying absolutely no TikTok stars, but I'm saying there was like a disproportionate amount of people. Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, two or three TikTok stars, 3 or 4 YouTubers, and then like 5, gaming journalists. No, it was legitimately like, if I'm remembering correctly, it was like 8 TikTok stars and like 3 YouTubers. And it just didn't work. The advertising, I just didn't understand. I didn't get it. Like, I knew the game. I knew how the game worked. I knew how it functioned, and I got it, right? Because also I had been doing research about this game for years, so I already kind of knew. I was like, all right, I got it already. I got it. It's there. Makes sense. But there were a lot of people who were like, I don't get it. Because you have to realize that the casual fans will always supersede the diehard fans. Always will. Oh, man, I was hoping. Like the stat that we just kind of found out the other day, only 10,000 people actually got like the platinum on Crash Bandicoot 4. 10,000 people, approximately. Ah. All right, we're going to be popping out of this lobby. Give it a few seconds, and then we'll pop back in. GG's. We tried. I was also kind of ranting half the time too, but that's besides the point. So we'll give us a second here to kind of like refresh up. Now, J Buns, do you want me to open your package that you sent now since you're here, or do you want me to open it later? I'm gonna let you decide. But yeah, it was odd. Gonna open it. All right, let's open it now then. We'll open it now real quick. We'll open this now. Here, we'll do this so that if people hop into the chat, they're like, "Why are you not playing the game, Reed?" It's like, I am. Just give me a second. All right. So, hopefully everything arrived fine, but we got a mail, which I don't know. Hi, Ori. How's it going? All right, let's see here. Let's get this open. I just want to make sure I open this on the right end. You opened on the wrong end. You tore everything apart. The end. Let's hope we don't do that. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. There we go. Did I open it the wrong end? This isn't... What? This isn't how envelopes work. I probably opened the wrong end. Okay. Well, let's try the other end. Come on. Don't break. This side is literally the exact same. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure everything is just shuffled down. I'm just going to gently rip. Don't you love that instruction? Gently rip the package. Okay. Yeah, USPS packed this very USPS-y. Okie dokie. So we have a note. We always read these first. All right. Hi, CG. Just wanted to send some stuff I made your way as a little thank you for this great community you've made that I'm happy to be a part of. We're happy to have you, J Buns. I don't have a shop yet, unfortunately, but that should be hopefully happening in the near future. So for now, I just make stuff I like and throw it out there for the world, LOL. I sincerely appreciate you supporting my work, and hopefully I can scoop a CTR coin or Goth Dragon from your shop soon. Much love to you and your family from the good old south of USA, Jay. Aw. P.S. I was reminded that the last PAX East I went to was 2022. That's why I remembered you with a mustache, LOL. Here's the meeting at PAX 2025. Aw, I can't wait. So wait, hold on. quick question. Were you watching the channel in 2022? Because, so were you not watching the channel? You saw me randomly at 2022, and then later on you found the channel, and then you saw me. You're like, oh, you look familiar. Is that how that went? Just so that my brain knows. Because I was like, I don't. I saw you on Twitter. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That's how that works. Gotcha. Okay. My brain was just like, wait. I was like, wait, hold on. What? Hold the phone. Stop the press. Oh, and there's more at the bottom too. Ah! Oh my goodness. We open the package and there's something in here that I know that you will literally scream at. It's a Kirby vending machine.
What?
She loves Kirby. So she loves Kirby. Jay Bunn sent this.
Really?
And yeah, and look.
It's beautiful.
Look at this.
Look at it. It's a raccoon.
What? Trash Panda. Is that in reference to holes? The donut hole game where there was the raccoons and or is it? I can't remember because it kind of looks like that raccoon a little bit. That is gorgeous.
Ooh,
That is-
It's by J Design.
Yeah. Jay sent it over and it is beautiful. I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I have a wall literally right here. You're going to see it. It's going to be right there.
Oh,
and it's hologram. Look, it's also got look see here. It's got the
Hi.
look at that.
Also, Dinosaur says hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi, my sweet. You happy? This is awesome. Can I see the other stuff that you ripped from me? No, I handed it to you.
Yeah, I was like, what? You handed it to me. I assumed you had looked through
It was pre-thiefing. By J Design. Oh, I love these.
I need to decide where to put it. I don't want to put it on the fridge because then if it's
So
put on
I
the
know
fridge-
I know I'm getting the raccoon. I'm giving you the Kirby, not because I don't love Kirby, but because I know you adore Kirby.
Thank you.
So you're getting Kirby. This is mine.
Yeah, that's fine.
In fact, I want to see if I can get this framed.
We might have a frame.
Are you smiling at me again? Hi. You happy to see you, Daddy? I'm happy to see you. Hi.
There's a happy baby.
Yeah, there's stickers. Yes. Oh yeah, we figured. I may be sleep deprived, but I'm not that sleep deprived. Yeah. What? Are you happy to see me? Huh? Yeah.
You gonna throw up on your daddy?
No, please stop throwing up on me.
Just saying.
Let me see the stickers. Ah, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot. So
Potato.
we got it's you got help. It's gonna be hard to see with the camera. Well, I need a new camera. So there's the raccoon and
We're gonna go.
the curb. Well, you're gonna what now?
We're gonna go.
You gotta go. Okay.
We're gonna get stuff done.
Well, take care, my love.
Love you.
Love you too. And the Kirby. These are awesome. This is like this is beautiful. This is art. This is gorgeous. I am thrilled. I am thrilled with this art. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. This is beyond what I expected, seriously. And it's got is that your signature up there? Please tell me that's your signature. I have a J original. This is awesome. Seriously, thank you. I'm just looking at the details. It's really good. I really like that. Should be numbered on the back. 2 of 20. I got number 2. I got number 2. What? I get 1. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Please. Please, I'm kidding. That's really nice. Thank you. Genuinely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is really well done. You know what? Maybe I should put it where everyone can see it. It'd be hard for me to find a spot. I'll figure something out. I'll try. Because everyone should see this on the streams. There should be a way for every video. You should see. I want people to be like, boom! I see that. Hey, Elena donated $20 to Super Chat. That is so sweet of you, Elena. Thank you. Money for frame. That spar art is epic. Yes. Yes. So I have a fan art wall right here. But unfortunately, it's behind the camera. I can't put it there. And I got that over there. But the idea is that soon we're going to be transferring all of the stuff over to a 3D printing room. As you can see, we have a crystal dragon here that unfortunately is a reject. So I had a whole batch of dragons go bad, and I'm upset because I lost money on it, but it's part of doing business. On the surface, it looks fine. And you're like, why? What's wrong with the dragon? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with the dragon. If you take a look on the bottom there, you can see there's a lot of sagging right here. There's a lot of roughness and sagging on its butt. But what makes it even worse is the fact that it's going to be hard to see, but in here, all the supports had fused to the back, and you won't be able to see it on the camera. You can kind of see it there, but if you look right there, you can see that there's a really bad patch right there that's all just rough and looks really poor and bad. So it sucks. What I'm going to be doing is I'm hoping to take my 3D printing to a local convention, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the defects with me, and I'm going to be selling them at a reduced price, just kind of having basically a discount bin. And that's where all 10 dragons, I have 10 that failed. 10. Oh yeah, and this one's head fell off. Though I can super glue that, that's still gonna go in the defect bin. So, we got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off. So, yeah, we're not. We don't sell that stuff. If I make a whole batch and they're all bad, I don't try to hit me with one. You've seen Toothless the Dragon, now see Headless the Dragon. Say hello, Headless. So, one of the things that I'm planning on printing as well is that I think we're going to be printing some pumpkin eggs. So what we're going to be doing is just going to be the same eggs that we are typically doing. We'll do a limited run of them, but the body is going to be orange, and then the antlers are going to be the horns are going to be green. So you get a green, the green horns with the orange body. That is going to be the. We're not going to do the jack-o'-lanterns. I was planning to do a jack-o'-lantern, but the amount of money and the amount of time it takes to make one, because I had one designed and it looked pretty cool, but how long it would take to print one and the amount of money that I would have to charge for it to make sense, it didn't really, it didn't really add up. I was doing the math. I'm like, this is not going to work. And I'm not even going to do the jack-o'-lantern because it's way too much. Because no one's going to buy it. No one, or I'm going to be charging an amount that I don't feel comfortable with. And before some of the people already that have commented, your eggs are already expensive. People screaming at me about that, because I advertised the price the one time. I said, hey guys, here's the price, and everyone's like, $59 is way too expensive, and I had it listed as $59 Canadian, right? It was at $59 Canadian. People were like, "How dare you? This is unacceptable. This is terrible." And well, plus texture works. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was reading something here. But yeah, and people were like, you realize that, you know, that's not American, right? And people were just getting mad without realizing that, you know, there's different currencies, and the fact that my name's being Gaye, and the likelihood is that I would sell something in Canadian dollars. Right? That kind of kills me. Like, if someone's like, "Oh, my name is Britain Lad, or whatever," and then they put something for sale, you're gonna expect it to probably be in euros or pounds or whatever, right? But that's just. But also, it said CA, like, you know, like literally, it said CA as if, you know, like Canadian dollar, right? But what do I know?
Elemental orbs available.
Ooh, baby!
Enemy team boost expired.
There we go. Hit that. Hit that.
Crates ready.
I threw down my YouTube chat, so I can't read anything right now. So give me a second. If and when I die, or at the end of this match, I'll pull my chat back up. I accidentally put it down to go read something else, and I forgot to pull it back up.
Your team boost expired.
Get there. Go.
Edge thief returns. Your team boosted.
Ooh!
Enchanted tower available.
Ah, dang. Let me pull my chat back up. There we go. That's better.
Enemy team boosted.
Hey, El Chabizi, how's it going? How you doing, my friend?
Ally elemental orbs.
Yoink, thank you.
Your team extends a big lead. Your team boost expired.
Ooh!
And a rabid raccoon.
Those elemental orbs are not to be trifled with, eh? Jeez.
Enemy team boost expired.
And turn in. There we go. Thank you.
Edge thief returns.
Sorry, Mikey.
Ally tower. Edge thief returns.
There we go. Go. Mega boosted.
Elemental orbs available.
Woo! Fuck.
Enemy team boosted.
Boing. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh, dear. Ah, well, they got the enchanted tower. Okay, get. I want out! Let me out!
Team boost
Jeez!
expired.
Alright, so now we just need a few
Enemy team
more
boost
relics.
expired. Egg thief returns. Ally enchanted tower.
Yay! Boing, boing. Got that, and that, and that. There we go. And yeet myself into the abyss. Thank you. Hit this, hit this. Hit that, hit that. There we go. Got it. Intercepted. I need to find a tree and recover. I always forgot. I always get caught off guard whenever I emote again. I was like, that's right. This thing is just giving the royal raspberry. I love it.
Drop off to win. Enemy team boosted. Ally team boosted.
Got it. Another Greg.
Lights off for them. Egg thief returns.
Oh, did we all not have enough?
Drop off to win. Egg thief returns. Enemy team boost expired. Your team boost expired.
Oh my gosh, I swear if we choke this. Oh, jeez. I swear if we choke this, I'm gonna be so upset. Oh no! Oh no!
Drop off to win. Enemy enchanted tower.
Enemy enchanted tower. Oh no! Oh, we're gonna lose it! We're gonna choke it! No! We can't choke this!
Egg thief returns.
Ah! This is so bloody stressful. No! Come on!
Leap returns. Enemy team boosted.
Come on!
Allied team super boosted. Elemental orbs available. Drop off to win. Allied enchanted tower.
No! Oh, we choked it! Oh, we choked it! We choked it! Ah! Ah! It was a good match, but we choked it! Ah! That's alright. Ah. Dang, man. Even after you just lost, but is this game it's still fun. It's still fun, man. It's one of those games that just hooks you. It hooks you, it catches you a certain way, and you're like, yeah, this works. Okay.
Enemy team puts Wumpa on the board. Your team boosted.
Okay, so now we're boosted.
Call the ambulance.
Oof.
Bonus bank available.
Got it.
Team super boosted.
We fought tooth and nail for it. Is Embryo good now? Yes, Embryo is much better. Embryo is much better. They fixed them. Also with like the addition of yeah, that was dirty. Also with the addition of some new powers as well, it's helped them a lot. Like for me, bank portal is a lot of fun for Embryo now. That's a fun power to use.
Your team boost expired. Flytrap spitter ready.
Get off my gym pads! Those are my gym pads! And you can't have them!
Flytrap spitter ready.
Out. Don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. Thank you. Ow! I got piano! What does the boost do? The boost makes it so that all your stuff for turn-ins is increased. So we're at, like, for example, we have a boost up right now. It's at a 40% increase, which means all of our Wumpa turn-ins are increased by 40%, which is a huge, can be a huge amount. I only got one relic, so I'm not even going to try to fight to death for that. Taken out by a piano.
Your team boost expired. Ally bonus bench. Your team extends a big lead. Your team boosted.
Okay, come on. Get that bonus bank. I'm gonna need a ball. Okay, so we did that. Now we're gonna run back here. Go, Greg! Oh, I thought Dingo was. Okay, come on. We're in for a ball of a time.
Your team boost expired. Bonus available.
Trying not to die, but would also like to turn in. Alright, so I am very close to death. I am nipping at the... Well, he invested. He went for it. You know what? If I would have waited just a little bit more, I think I would have been able to end the game right there. Okay, so they got the bonus bank, but they can't use it. So in that case, they can't use the bonus bank.
Ally team ultra boosted.
This. Yes! We locked it in that time. See, this is fun! Thoroughly enjoying this. I still think all around, for me personally, Coco is the best character all around. GG, Mikey. GG. GG to everybody. Ooh, D Towers. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be bold. And let's do Alora. This is gonna be interesting. I wish that they fixed like the way the game mechanically worked before they shut down, because I think Alora has a really hard time ever getting like top plays of the game, because quite literally all that she does is heal, and that doesn't really get accounted for at all. It's like, oh yeah, you healed your entire team. That's great. You get nothing. GG. Thanks for coming out. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's it? Just, okay, cool. So it's like you could be almost carrying your team as Alora, keeping everybody alive, making clutch plays, and it's like 2 times harder because it doesn't account to the amount of healing that you're doing as a part of the score. Okay, we got nobody up here. Okay, I had just enough to reset it. I am just a fawn! I am but a fawn! She has some great mobility though, especially like for a blocker. Jeez. Yeah, nope. We call that no bueno.
Your team puts Wumpa on the board.
Like, she can do, like, some burst damage like that, which is pretty darn good, to be honest.
Enemy team boost expired.
Like that.
Painful to watch. Bombardment available.
Okay, we need to lock down some stuff here.
Enemy team boosted. Enemy bombardment.
There we go. They're gonna get Uka Uka very soon, so we gotta keep an eye on that.
Your team boosted.
Here it comes. Yep.
Enemy Uka Uka.
Oof. Alright. She's the Battle Mercy that was never strong enough. Kinda, yeah. Hey, Warden. How's it going, my friend?
Enemy team boost expired.
Well, I tried. Go.
Enemy team boosted. Your team boost expired.
Why was I not doing the... I wanted to do the dolphin kick. Do you want to see the dolphin?
Enemy bombardment.
Trying to heal you! super turbo healing. Uh-oh. Ah! I saw the Brio drinking. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want the smoke.
Enemy team boost expired.
I'm trying. I'm healing and I'm dealing.
Uka Uka available. Your team boosted.
I'm flying.
Allied team super boosted. Ally bombardment.
Oof.
Ready.
Heal like your life depends. Wait. See, like, I'm doing all this healing and it looks like I've done nothing. I haven't even, like... And it feels bad. It's like, you did nothing. It's like, but I did things. I saved people's lives.
Enemy bombardment.
I matter, dang it. I have a fridge.
Enemy bombardment.
Get me out of here.
Your team boosted. And lights off for them.
Okay, got my 4 in. There we go.
Allied team mega boosted. Ally Uka Uka.
Feel my reign of terror. Just gonna make sure that we get C locked in. Looks like we do.
Allied team ultra boosted.
Big turn-ins.
Sends a big lead.
Big fat turn-ins. Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. I did not want to yeet myself into the abyss. Yeeting myself was not on the to-do list.
Your team boost expired. Ally bombardment.
Thank you. Heal! Dang it! Dang it! There we go. Oh no. Okay.
Your team boosted. Victory!
Yeah! Hey, Gaming Pez. We did it! We did it! See, and it's tough getting stuff with Allura. So hopefully, my team felt that I helped in some way. Okay. Ooh. Cortex is mean on this one. So let's do it. I haven't done Cortex in a bit. It's been a minute since I've done Cortex. See, now I have to relearn. I have to relearn. Yeah, Lonnie Oasis is helping out a lot, of course. You're doing great. Keep it up. Thanks, random tip.
3, 2, 1.
Hi.
Your team puts Wumpa on the board. Enemy team boosted.
I'm in a ball. Bonk.
Mark. Your team boosted.
Oh no!
Besides UFO available.
Okay, well at least we didn't have them stack it, so.
Your team boost expired. Enemy team boosted.
Fun fact, I learned something new that I didn't even realize. I was just like, huh, that's interesting. So, remember how, technically speaking, you know, if we wanted to get to the nitty gritty of it, that, we were talking about this before, that how Crash of the Titans got Tiny Tiger wrong, because Tiny Tiger isn't actually like a Bengal tiger, he's a Tasmanian tiger, right? Or a Tasmanian, like a Tasmanian devil. Or no, not Tasmanian devil, no, the Tasmanian tiger, which is now an extinct animal. And it's more relatively like recently extinct. But what I found out is that, which it admittedly did not make very clear in the game itself, there is a canonical reason why Tiny Tiger looks and also sounds the way that he does. So the way that there's basically, in my opinion, there is basically a game between the last Crash Bandicoot title that came out, which would have been Twinsanity. Last Baseline would have been Twinsanity, between Twinsanity and Crash of the Titans. You could have easily made a game because there's events that happened that apparently weren't really talked about, but basically there was the introduction of like Mojo, which is like basically like pure magic power, and that Mojo changed the look of everybody around them. So it changed the look of Aku Aku, it changed the look of it just, this pure primal ancient magic basically changed the look for a bunch of characters. And one of the characters that was changed by Cortex, apparently, one of the first experiments with Mojo was Tiny Tiger, and what he basically did was he fused a Bengal tiger using Mojo into Tiny Tiger. So he's a hybrid of a Tasmanian tiger and a Bengal tiger now. And that's how they kind of explain his new looks. And what happened. But it wasn't like really well explained at all in the game. It was not well explained at all. But apparently there was a developer interview where she went more in depth about it, one of the directors. And it's kind of weird. And like with the amount of like, I don't want to say lore, but the amount of backstory, you could almost make an entire game that it like ties together. It kind of like there was a game that was missing. That's why you have the that's why he has Crash has the hand tattoos, because when he interacted with the Mojo, it basically gave him hand tattoos. So we did it. We did it. So it was definitely like when I found that out, I was like, that's kind of strange. Like, why? Where I'm kind of confused is, okay, if this is the way it was, I feel like that there was a game in between that we kind of missed. So, okay, I gotta run in the bathroom real quick. I haven't gone yet in the stream, so I will be right back. And then we'll pop in with a new group of people. My money here. Hey, Obsolete Mule. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A donation train. What a good idea. Got an announcement to make. We did. We just got a second donation. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right when I sat down. Thank you. 2 donations. Obsolete Mule 123 donating $9 to Streamlabs. A donation train. What a good idea. Got an announcement to make. Some already knew in chat, but I want you to know too. My cousin had a baby girl last. Aw, probably one of the handful of good things to happen this year for me. She's so precious. Yes, sometimes you're having a hard time and then something happens like that and it you kind of not recalibrate, but you kind of, your mental kind of expectation, your mental thought process about it kind of changes. So that's always awesome to hear. But then we also got a $10 Streamlabs donation from Mystery235. Hope this helps you rock. It does. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy to help. I appreciate the help. Thank you so much. We are at 128%. We're almost 10% of the way there. Can we get 10% tonight or more? Find out more on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Okay. I know some of the names in here. I'm just trying to remember if they were the people that like to troll. I don't think so. I may be incorrect. I don't think they're the trolls that try to attack. I mean, they might be, but... Love your videos and content in general. Thank you so much. So, the video this week got delayed. We're going to be hoping to get it out first thing Monday morning. And then I'm also going to be trying to get a second video. So, two videos next week we're going to be going for. We're going to be aiming for 2 videos next week. And ironically enough, they're both Crash Bandicoot related. And then... there's going to be some interesting... There's another video that I'm going to be doing that's it's a big video. It's about 5 pages long, and it is an interesting video. At least I think it's an interesting video that some people are going to read the title and scream in a negative sense. Some people are going to scream. Some people with no logical sense, though, will be like, okay, I see where you're going with it. And it's not like, oh, this is clickbait, and you find out it's actually not as bad as I'm saying. But what I'm not saying is bad, but some would. Wondering if maybe it is. We'll see. Hold on.
Dragons available. Your team boost expired.
Right when it expired, we get the turn-ins. Dang it.
Minecraft Spitter ready. Enemy team boost expired.
Greg. Yeah, I didn't expect to win this one, I'm going to be completely honest. Is it Spyro really? It has Spyro in it, yes, but it's not just Spyro. There's mentions of many other titles in there as well.
Your team boosted. Flytrap spinning wrecked.
There's a whole bunch of stuff that I have to fill out and do. Oh dear.
Ally team super boosted.
Yeah, we're not winning this one.
Enemy team boosted. Flytrap spinner wrecked. Your team boost expired. Just beat.
Yeah. That one was not going well for us. Is the community for this game still pretty active, despite it no longer being worked on? Tonight was kind of an interesting test for that, where I was kind of just like, well, let's see what happens. Just like, let's just, we don't know. We haven't, because before, when I announced, we're going to be having a big extravaganza, we're going to be doing all these things, blah, 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 right? And that was it. I explained that, and as far as I went. And people were, of course, hopping in because we were having extravaganza, and people, were, oh, you know what? This day I'm going to be joining CG and crew for that. And so I expected there to be, at least an okay amount of people. But then people were doing really well. People were coming in. We were getting matches and matches, and I just figured it was part of the extravaganza that we set up. But then today, I literally gave everybody an hour notice that we were doing Rumble, and I haven't had to wait that long at all to get into matches. Now, I don't know if it's literally all because of, quite literally, there's a community. I don't know, but it seems to cater to the idea that this game is still active. It's still active. It's still being played. So what I might do as a final test is sometime in the near future, I'm going to be playing some Rumble without streaming, just to be like, okay, let's eliminate all reasonable doubt. Let's log on and see if we can get into a game. If we're still getting into games actively, then it's borderline even worth making a video about, to be like, yo, this game is still not only loved, but it's being played a lot. And there's not even support for it. There's no more support. They're not adding anything. They're not doing anything. That's it. They're done. They're finished. And if they're still doing it,
Enemy team puts Rumble on the board. Enemy team super boosted. Blues beat down available.
That was weird. Did I get hit by somebody or did I get hit by my own ally?
Flytrap spitter ready. Enemy team boost expired. Enemy team boosted. Your team boosted.
Just hyper focusing now because I can tell it's going to be a tight game.
Flytrap spitter ready. Ally blues
Beautiful. Ooh, that was spicy.
expired. Your team boost expired.
Oof. But yeah, no, I'm gonna probably do my findings about it and be like, hey, like guys, like, you can give all your opinion all you want, but here's the thing. Oh man, I botched that. Because here's the other thing that I'm thinking of too. If somehow the game is still alive and kicking and doing good and doing great and doing all these things, here's my question to you. What would it be like if we already have seen Crash Insane? It's doing insane numbers. It's currently, last time I checked, number 2 on all of Game Pass, only beaten by Minecraft. BL Raven Wizard donated $1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me a second to answer your question. It's a bit of a longer question, but that's okay. I'm just need to quickly, we got a bit of a
Enemy team boost
intense
expired.
beatdown right now, so give me a second here to,
Enemy team boosted.
but,
Blues beat down available.
hey, Canadian dude, when Crash Team Rumble released on Battle Pass, you think it'll get a chance at like getting new maps, characters, and powers and skins and more, maybe some new seasons? Also, when you think we'll see Spiral 4 reveal, can't wait to see. Now, we don't know whether or not Rumble will come to Game Pass. Do I hope it comes to Game Pass? Absolutely. Of course I do. Of course I want it to come to Game Pass. Right? There's nothing... I think that it would literally be nothing but a boon for Rumble. Nothing but an absolute benefit. Now, here is what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is the fact that if Rumble or Insane is drawing numbers the way it is, that people are like, yeah, they're going to go and try it out in droves, and that it causes Xbox to basically think, hey, maybe we should look into this more, and they turn around, they're like, hey, let's throw 4. Let's throw 4 on. Let's throw Crash Bandicoot 4 on. And then they do, and that does well. And then they're sitting there and they're like, okay, we have an online, potentially free to play, like, multiplayer Crash game with Game Pass. Could they try to rally something together to bring the game back? Because if it still has an active community, and then Game Pass happens, and then everyone tries it, and people really dig it, maybe Xbox sees that as money being left on the table and thinking that maybe they could do something with it. And it's possible. Now, keep expectations in check because, you know, Insane getting it such a high number. We know that Insane was I believe it was the most successful, in terms of sales numbers immediately. It's the most successful Crash Bandicoot title in terms of sales numbers as so far. But I think that Xbox would be absolutely just cracked if they don't see the value of Crash Bandicoot. Because, like I said, it skyrocketing to the top of Game Pass, that tells you something. That should tell you something. What does that tell you about the brand? And here's the thing. Every hater can come out and say whatever they want. It doesn't matter. It's number 2 on Game Pass. It's number 1 in my heart because the only thing that's beating it right now is Minecraft. And I don't know when anything's going to beat Minecraft anytime soon. I'm going to be completely honest. Let's be real here. What's going to be beating Minecraft anytime soon? And my opinion is probably not much. Probably not much is going to be beating Minecraft anytime soon. So, with the exception of Minecraft, it's literally number 1 on Game Pass. For a game that's 6 years old and it's 7 years old in total, and 6 years old on the Xbox platform. Got me. So, in that case, if I was Xbox, I would be looking at Crash Team Racing next and being like, hey, what can we do for this? Or even Crash Bandicoot 4. I'd do Crash 4 and then maybe look into racing and be like, And then kind of just be like, you know what? There might be a lot more value in this Crash Bandicoot fella than they may have initially bargained for. No, it's definitely not going to beat Insane. No, Rumble is not going to beat Insane. Unless the only way it beats Insane is that if it goes to Game Pass and then some big popular YouTuber picks it up and it just hits the trends a certain way and it just grows to an unhinged number that not even Toys for Bob themselves could have expected, right? That would literally be the only way that I could see Rumble ever even remotely surpass. And even then, I think that would even be a stretch, even with that, because of the success. Almost. Will you press the button? Crash Team Rumble gets revived for a real season of what? You have to beat Crash Boom Bang first. Well, I already did it once. I would do it again. I would beat Crash Boom Bang 10 times over to be able to get a new season of Rumble for everybody. That I would do that 100%. Oh, if we protect you. GG! Then your second part of your question. Do I think new maps? Again, that would have to be if it blows up, and then maybe. Also, when do you think we'll see a Spyro 4 reveal? Spyro 4 reveal is going to be iffy. The Spyro 4 reveal is going to be elusive because of the fact of we don't know what schedule and what timing they're going for when it comes to it. We don't know the timing. We don't know the schedule. We don't know what they're going for in terms of what they're trying to achieve, what they're trying to get done, how they're going to do it. There's a large number of potential possibilities there. So, in my opinion, to end the Year of the Dragon, I would at least do a verbal tease, and not a I would do a Toys for Bob patented tease on either the anniversary, Spyro Community Day, or anything along that. I would do a patented Toys for Bob tease then, or on the anniversary of the game, do some hint, nudge, something small. But I would do an official big revealing, even like announcement or massive tease that blatantly gives it away that something's in development. I would personally do it. My marketing brain suggests that just say that it's happening at the end of 2024. So I would say Game Awards. Now, is that going to happen? Well, we don't know. Of course, we don't know. Not yet. There's no promise, no guarantee. We don't know. Oof! Piano! Bonk! Whose idea is it? Yeah, I was getting alive there.
TNT drone available.
ASDF Bandicoot, yeah. Let me see here. Scrapping completed movies. Unfortunately, Warner Brothers is not the first to do it, and they won't be the last. Here's the thing. And this is something that is genuinely true, and this is not just a statement of movies, but of video games as well. To me, in my opinion, one of the most recent game that I have played that has felt like it was worth every dollar, worth way more than every dollar and dime that the game was valued. It was just being able to play it non-stop. It was a lot of fun. It was good value, and still is great value, was Baldur's Gate 3. It was, in recent memory, in terms of objectivity. Now, this is coming from someone who walked in never playing a previous Baldur's Gate. So I had never played Baldur's Gate before that one. It has been a long time since I've played a game that felt worth every dollar and more. It was my first one, and I very much thoroughly enjoyed it. Have I played through it multiple times? No, I finished it once. I've started a couple accounts, but I haven't done my second playthrough or whatever, or at least completed it. Now here's the thing. That game was not made by a company that had private investors behind it. And what I mean by that is that Baldur's Gate wasn't a game that was like Activision. It wasn't a game that was like Minecraft. If Baldur's Gate was, for all intents and purposes, an indie title. Now you might be like, no way, that's not really an indie title. And yes, it isn't, but it also is. Because there was no private investors, there was no stock market involved with Baldur's Gate. It was just a purely funded game with cash, no microtransaction. Wait, hold on, you play Baldies? Yeah, I played Baldies, yeah. Orc Fighter. Trident that you got from the Djinn or whatever he's called, where he got angry at you and snapped you to a different existence, and I had that thing that allowed me to basically throw it and fly around. I almost had Gale blow himself up multiple times just for fun. The point is that Baldur's Gate was a game that was so well put together, and it didn't have all of this. The point is that the game was funded with just pure cash. That's it. No fiddling of this, no microtransaction that. No. It was just, here's a game that we have been working on. Pure cash. Period. That's it. Pure cash. And the thing is that it turned out fantastic. And that game was nuts. It was so bad. I remember there were people that were literally complaining from AAA companies, asking people to stop. Don't set, just because of how good Baldur's Gate was, don't set the bar that high for us because we can't do it. Like, think about that for a second. Imagine someone making a post saying, yeah, please don't expect us to be able to make a game like this. Oh, there is some weird, squirrely latency issues here. And you might be like, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The reason why they were saying that is not because they're saying they're not skilled enough. It's because the funding that comes with it is such a weird and such a goofy way of having it. You could have a game that has an equal budget, but it has investors it has to please. It has certain things it has to fulfill. It has certain quotas. And so they have to jam-pack things in there to be able to meet the needs to get the investors, blah, 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 etc., etc. Baldur's Gate wasn't really that. It was just like, hey, we got cash, and we did it. Larian is the example of what you want a game studio to operate like in terms with funding, in my opinion. Now, of course, we don't know all the nuances and details in terms of development. Of course, we don't know that. But the point is that it wasn't a game like Call of Duty. It wasn't a game like Assassin's Creed. It wasn't a game like all of these other really big AAA titles, barring the fact from, like, what they are. Oh, jeez. It was just, hey, we're an independent studio. We're not owned by anybody. We're not owned by, you know, PlayStation. We're not owned by Xbox. We're not owned by any of these people. We are our own entity, and we have just been given an obnoxious amount of money to be able to make a really good game. And honestly, I'll be honest with you. If game releases came out slower, but were more polished and in-depth as Baldur's Gate, I would be happy with that. I want to see more games come back at budget prices. I want to see more. I want to see more games come back at not full price, but a budget price.
Enemy team mega boosted.
I would be okay with that. Have you heard any new Spyro 4 updates? Let me think if I've heard anything significant. Now, if there's something significant, I would have told you guys already. If there's something that I can't tell you, I wouldn't have told you. But is there something that I've heard recently that I can't say? Or it's way too... sometimes I also won't tell things because there's too much of a nuance and if statements to it that it's not enough to be able to draw any final conclusion.
Enemy team scores for the
I'm
lead.
leaning towards
Boost expired.
no, but I've heard of other things. I'll give you guys an idea. I hear things all the time on the wind. Little things here, little things there. Here a little, there a little bit, you know, some interesting details here, interesting details there. And you just get it from having, you know, having friends in the industry, talking with people, being a YouTuber, etc., etc. You hear things. You hear things. And some things I hear are so mundane, it would just, you know, bore your brains out. Where it's like, yeah, I want to talk about something that'll get me sued, and nobody cares about it, right? Like, so I hear a lot of mundane things. I hear things that are interesting and are like, okay, what could that mean, etc., 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 etc. So the recent thing that I heard was an educated guess as to where the direction of the industry, where it's going, and that it would seem that games that are in line with like Crash and Spyro, kind of like the appearing AAA but really actually a AA title. It's basically AA title with a AAA branding. That's the way to put it, right? That's the way to put it, is AA title with AAA branding. That is kind of the direction that I think a lot that I heard as an educated guess the industry is going to be going. So these games that are we're not going to be probably seeing absolutely massive brand new AAA new IPs for the next couple of years. Doesn't mean that we're not going to. I'm not saying we're not ever going to see it, right? But we're going to see probably less over the next couple of years, and more doubling down on smaller games that are going to get an investment back quicker and not require, 10 years of research and development to get done, right? Like, some of these games that you're hearing about that are getting canned, they're like, oh yeah, it was in research and development for 6 years and they never made a game out of it, right? And you're probably going to be seeing a lot less of those in the next probably 5 years until the the economy can get back on its feet. Because right now the economy is in the toilet for everybody, for the States, for Canada, for just the world. There's nobody that's doing good right now. I don't think there's anyone that's doing good right now. We're not even remotely close to the way the economy was pre-COVID. Not even close. Like, it's a joke.
Enemy team boost expired.
It's like we're not even remotely close to the economy bringing back. So, you know, it seemed like, you know, everyone was banking on the economy being kicked back by now.
Your team
And no, it's not good right now. It's not good right now. It's going to be. We're on the brink of not just the American election, but the Canadian election. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now that a lot of people are chatting and talking about. There's a lot of stuff going on that is kind of just berserk. So you got the American election, you got the Canadian election, post-COVID, wars breaking out all across the world. Like, goodness gravy me, oh my, it is not looking good. No one is doing good. There is no one, you know, everyone's going, gee, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable right now, including myself. Everybody is. Everyone's saying, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable. All right, let's pop out of this lobby and get some new people in so that new people can hop in. And we hop. Oh, there we go. I don't think me saying that there's going to be an election soon is too political. I think I can state that. Because like I said, I typically go with no politics on streams, but I think me saying there's going to be an election soon, I think we can roll with that. I think I'm safe in saying that without causing, you know, people to pull out their knives and stab me to death. I think I can say that there's going to be an election soon. So, with that said, the direction of where everything is going, I agree with my friend and their state and opinion that we just played with half of these people. We're trying to get more people. We're trying to get more people, you know, that haven't played yet. Like, let's try. Come on. We're trying to get people that haven't played yet. The state of everything right now is terrifying. So I'm happy that, you know, with streams, everyone's kind of able to escape that, and I'm happy about that. So swinging back to what I was talking about before, I agree with my friend in their opinion on, we just did it again. Why? All right, we're going to wait a minute or two here. We're going to wait a minute here to let things cycle through. These streams are meant to, so to kind of tie it all back and, you know, swing it back a little bit. What we're likely going to see, in my opinion, is we're probably going to see a giant rise in probably remakes and remasters again. There's been a little lull on it, a very small lull, but it's going to probably swing back. We're probably going to see a spike in remakes and remasters again. We're going to see a big amount of sequels. We're also going to probably see more mobile content as well. So don't be shocked about that. We're going to see more mobile content. We're going to see smaller games, and we're going to see more. It's going to be more sizable. It's going to be more sizable in terms of smaller and more notable and more known IPs, so that investors and companies can get guaranteed funds back. What we're trying to do, companies playing it safe. Yeah, so like I said, smaller scale. The opinion that I was told was smaller scaled, and I tend to agree with them when we're both looking at like data, and both looking at the concept of it, and we both agree. Do you think that will affect Spyro 4? Like, are we going to be getting a shorter game? No, and here's why: because Spyro is a smaller scaled project, whether we like it or not. Spyro is a smaller scaled project. No ifs, ands, or buts. Spyro is a smaller scaled project, especially when you compare it to the size of all the other projects that are being in development and what everyone's covering and what everyone is doing. Spyro is already a smaller scaled project, so no, I don't think so. If anything, I think that we're going to get a more polished, a more better time, not as pressured and not as pushed title. At least I'm hoping. That's the hope. That's the thought that, hey, because of all this, we're probably going to be seeing more smaller titles with a little bit more time on them and not as pressured and rushed. And the reason why they're going to be doing that is because they're going to likely be hiring less people and less companies. So it's not going to be, you're going to be seeing less of these games that have 8,000 companies that hopped on. They're going to be like, hey, let's try to keep this to a team of 50, 60 people and just keep it there. And whatever time you need. And sometimes, and I know this sounds dumb, but sometimes you can get a team of 50, 60 people. Okay, that was weird. That ate all my inputs. You can get, sometimes you can get more done with teams of, like 50 to 60 to 70 versus sometimes even teams that are gigantic, like 200, 300, 400. And the reason why is because you have a unified direction. Like, yes, more is getting done, but if you don't have a unified direction over on the big teams, then it's all over the place. If you can have a giant team be able to have a creative vision and direction that everyone's on board with and everyone knows what they're doing, then yeah, of course they're going to get more done. But if you have a smaller team, it's a lot easier. It is a lot easier to get ideas communicated and things executed and done because of it just being such a smaller team, that less channels you have to go through, less investors, less XYZ, you know. So they might be more focused on projects that require, hey, let's do these smaller scope projects with teams that have a unified vision. Oh, what? Look, I would rather be on a team of 5 that are all focused and coordinated than a team of 50 who have no idea what they're doing or just not communicating. Because what happens is that you need to hire people just for communication. That's it. Not even for doing the work. It's, hey, we need to hire a producer just to be able to, you know, rally everybody. That's it. That's all they're doing, is they're wrangling everybody to make sure that everyone is doing what they're doing correctly, right? Now, I'm not saying you don't need a producer. Every company needs a producer. But the bigger you have in terms of teams, the more producers, the more executive producers, the more chain, the more communication, the more minutia, the more emails, the more per my last email. Like, oh my gosh. And I've seen it because I've been in the animation industry and the visual effects, and I've seen it where, oh, come on. I've seen it where we tried to make a change on a shot. I say we as the company we that I worked at. I didn't do the shot myself, obviously. But I've watched as we've tried to get a shot adjusted and tweaked for the smallest thing, and how long it took between a small team and a big team. Night and day. I'll give you an idea. The animation that I was working on, the cartoon that I was working on, was a relatively small team. There wasn't a lot of people coordinating with each other. The director was my boss. The producers were was the company that we were working for, and that was it. So it was literally a company called Radical Sheep and the company I worked at, which was called at the time Keyframe. I think it's now been rebranded to Raven. I'm not 100% sure. Or Crow, not Raven, Crow. My Crow with a K. So one of the things that I would sit there and watch, and it's like, hey, we got a problem here with this shot. XYZ is happening. So what we need to do is that we need to tweak the shot in the visual effects asset, and we need to do this. I used to be an animation editor, very short, for about 3 years. For about a grand total of 3 years, I was an animation editor. And visual effects editor, visual effects timeline applier, visual effects Q&A. It's a difficult like job title. For the one project I worked on, I was editor, junior editor, but I was an editor. That was my credit name. That was my thing. I was an editor. For the other one, it wasn't. It was just the other one, I was a VFX Q&A editor. It's hard to explain, but anyway, we needed to get something changed. It was for a show called The Expanse, and there was something that needed to be changed. It was some small, stupid thing. Now, again, I was not working on The Expanse. I don't have a credit. I did not work on The Expanse. All I did for The Expanse, in terms of that show, was I helped my company put together a demo reel for them to show their shots to other companies. That's all my inclusion was with The Expanse. So, if I'm not laying any form of ownership on anything on The Expanse. In terms of the actual show that aired on, was it Amazon or the Sci-Fi Network? In terms of that, I touched nothing. I did nothing. However, I was right beside people that had their fingerprints all over that show. All over it. Sat right beside them. And the amount of times I'd be sitting there and I'd be chatting with them, and I'm like, so what are you doing today? It's like, oh, I'm waiting to hear back from a producer because I need to make this adjustment for this shot that would take me 20 seconds, and it's already ready to go, but I just need approval first. And we had to sit there and wait hours, sometimes, a day or two, to hear back, yeah, you can do that, or no, you can't do that. Because you ask somebody, and then they gotta go up the chain of command, and then they gotta go up the chain of a command, and they gotta coordinate, and it's, oh my gosh. Why can't we just literally adjust this one small, tiny thing? But no, because this person touched that shot, and this person shot that, and this blah, 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 and does the director want it, and ugh. It was awful. And then I worked on a small team. So I literally sat there, I was like, hey, boss. Hey there, boss. Can I do this adjustment? He'd look at it and say, yeah, that's cool, throw it in. Or, nah, take it out. Okay. That was it. It was literally his discretion, my boss's discretion. He'd look at it and go, yeah, that's good. That's it. and then it go to the producers to get approved.
Enemy team
Sometimes it got approved, sometimes it didn't. That pipeline needs to be optimized. Here's the scary part.
enemy team super boosted.
That is the pipeline for everything like that, and not just visual effects. I spoke with people who have worked on teams akin to Toys for Bob, and teams that were akin to a Blizzard or a EA or a, you know, like big AAA titles. And 9 times out of 10, every person I've spoken to have said these smaller teams were a dream to work on, and the giant teams were awful to work on because it would take weeks to get things approved and sent through. Exactly, LC Mule. So it's when you have a bigger team, you need more delegation. More delegation requires means that everything gets slowed down. So you need to find the balance. It's okay. Bigger teams, more delegation. Right? Smaller teams, less delegation. Bigger teams, more work hours and man hours and more actual, like, getting things done all at once, right? Smaller team, not as much. So we'll do one more round here, and we'll pop out, and we'll pop back in. I haven't played Dingo yet. We got a bunch of blockers already, so we'll play, who haven't I played yet? I'll do Tana again. I like Tana. But the thing is, the bigger the team, the more that you can push out. The more that you can push out, which increases speed, but then also delegation decreases speed. So you gotta find the right, correct balance. And if you don't got a team that is unified, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, you're going to be all over the place, right? But I'll say this. Would I rather be on a giant team with 50% of the people not knowing what they're doing versus a smaller team with only, like, a team of 4 and only 2 people know what they're doing? I'd rather take the team of 4, to be honest. Because it makes it easier. It makes it easier because there's less delegation, and you can just, hey, the people that know what they're doing can get stuff done faster. If you're on a giant team, yeah, there's more people that know what they're doing, but there's more delegation and more hands in the soup. And if people who don't know what they're doing are in the delegations part, my gosh. Like I told the story before, but we had a producer one time on a shot who couldn't understand perspective and didn't understand that a circle looks like an oval when you look at it from the side. Could not grasp it. They could not grasp it. They could not grasp that when you look at a ring shape from on the side, it looks like an oval. They couldn't grasp that perspective. They couldn't get it. They're like, what do you mean? Do you know the rule of thirds? Because that's concerning. No. Do you know how we had to tell them how we had the same shot sent back like 4 times saying make it a circle, not an oval. And it's like, it is a circle. They're like, no, it's an oval. See, it's clearly an oval. It's like, oh my gosh. When you look at a planet that has a ring around it, like I believe Saturn's the one that has the ring on it. It's been a while since I've done my astrology, but imagine just looking from the side of Saturn. You look at the rings, it looks like an oval, but it's a circle. He could not grasp it. So what we had to do, do you know what we had to do to sell him on the fact that, it needs to be an oval? We told him that ovals were cheaper.
Ally team super boosted. Drop off to win.
That's what we had to tell him. We had to tell him, yeah, ovals are cheaper. If we have to do a circle, it costs you more money. Okay, then we'll go with the oval then. You can't write that. Like, could you imagine trying to, like, explain that to somebody? Circles cost more. To me, like, and I was there to witness it. I was literally sitting there watching so there was the guy doing the shot, like actually editing the shot and the visual effect. There was the director of the companies, who was also my boss, who was also delegating, on speakerphone with the guy, and my boss is just like, bro, it's a circle. It is literally a circle. I can't, but my boss is trying to be polite, and the guy doing this shot is literally like silent screaming. He's like, oh! He's losing his mind. And my boss is trying to understand, what does he mean? What does he mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then finally he got it. He was like, I can unfortunately see this exact scenario, but it doesn't make any... Oh, yeah, it was... I just sat there, like, I was dying. But if I was in that situation, I would probably be screaming. I would probably be screaming and rampaging mad. But as an outside person looking in, it was hysterical. It was so funny. But I sympathize with my coworker on that, because he is a nice guy, and a really, really nice guy. And if he ever sent me a message, I'd say, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing great, and I hope he's doing great with all things, because he was a very nice guy. But boy, howdy, was he looking like he was about ready to blow a gasket 4 ways from Sunday. And it was both hysterical and I just, man... That was an oval. It has to be a circle. Yeah, so welcome. So, again, you get people like that, and they hang up a shot for days and days and days and days and days because they can't figure out the difference between a circle and an oval. That's what I mean by delegation. If you have people in delegation that don't know what they're doing, if you have a producer, a good producer will get a show, movie, game, whatever you want to call it, done early. A good producer will get it done early, and with no crunch. As soon as you add more and more people, as soon as you get one producer who doesn't know what they're doing, it will just bring the development of anything to a crawl, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, and everybody is left waiting with their hands on their butts, waiting for the producer to tell them what they need to do next. A producer is also going to be able... a little... Because one of the things that can happen is that if you have a bunch of people who... If you have a producer who doesn't know what they're doing, it's going to cause chokes at every point. and it sucks. And whenever you hear of these shows that are like, oh yeah, it's been in development for like 7 years while they're trying to find a new director and stuff, that's producers not knowing what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're fumbling around in the dark, not knowing what they're doing at all, and slowing it down because they're trying to figure something out. They're trying to execute something. They're trying to do something, and it's not working, and they're inept at their job, and they're not doing it. A good producer is going to be able to be like, okay, listen. They know when to cut their losses, and they know when to hold out. They know when to cut their losses, and they know when to hold out. I've seen producers literally, like, there was a guy that we tried to hire at one point at the studio that I was working at. He was there for a week and a half and then was let go. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't disruptive. He wasn't bad. But he was not getting it. He was not getting the workflow. He wasn't getting it. And the producer on that said, hey, listen, buddy, come back, maybe try again next year, get your work on your craft. But no, this isn't it. We're not going to sit. We need someone to do this. You're not capable of that. We don't have any other position for you right now, so we're going to let you go. And a producer needs to be able to know that immediately, see their work and be like, nope, this isn't working. We need someone that knows what they're doing in this aspect. And that's it. And then other times it's like, hey, we need to be patient with this guy. We know that this guy and girl, we know that we can see that they got skills in something that we're going to need in the future. That's something else that a producer needs to be able to spot. An inept producer will either fire people because of something stupid or keep people on because they just don't really want to deal with going through the process of hiring somebody else. Because they think that the hiring process is going to take too long. And, you know, the saying, time is money. Yeah, that's exactly what's going through their heads. Oh, well, if we have to hire somebody, it's going to cost us money. And it's going to take time. And yes, that is true. Also, you need to know when, hey, they're not doing the best job, but we need them because, you know, we need to grit and bear it. And then other times it's you need to know when to let them go. And there are other times where it's, hey, someone comes up with an idea and the idea is really good. And it's like, okay, how much time, extra time do we have? Do we have extra time? You know, can we allot something? Can we set something aside? Because sometimes someone will come up with an idea that is dynamite. And the producer's like, okay, we need to adjust and figure out for there. We need to figure out, okay, do we want to do this idea? A producer needs to be able to recognize and be like, okay, yes, this is a great idea. We need to spend the extra time to execute it. And then other times, it's just a matter of, listen, we don't have the time. The idea is great. We can't do it. Hey, I got the top performer. Yay! So let me, you know, GG's everybody. You can't have a bad producer. If you have a bad producer, here's something else that the producer does. I'll give you an idea for something else that the producer does. One of the things that will happen is that a producer needs to be able to know when to crunch, when not to crunch, when to pull back, when to go forward. There is a number of things that a producer needs to be able to know. However, what will happen, I'll tell you what happened. One of the many jobs of producer. A producer will also delegate and talk with the production company. Like, so let's say Activision. There is somebody at Toys for Bob that is representing Activision. That is their job, or they were at least. They're there to represent Activision and also represent the company. If they're at Activision, they're representing Toys for Bob. If they're at Toys for Bob, they're representing Activision, and they're delegating. What will happen is that a company will come together. A company like Toys for Bob will come together. They'll make a pitch, and then the producers and the directors, and they come together. They say, okay, how much money do we need to make this project, and how much time? And it is up to the producer to figure out a way to sell the production company the project. So they'll say, okay, what do you need? How much time do you need? Et cetera, to get this project approved. Then the producer will go to the headquarters, or producers will go to the headquarters and will talk with Activision. They'll chat with Activision, and Activision, of course, is going to bargain. Activision is going to bargain to be able to be like, okay, do you really need 2 years for this? Do you really need this much time? Do you really need this much money? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's say I'm a producer. I talk to my team, and my team says, listen, we need 3 years and $40 million to get this project done. Okay, 3 years and $40 million. I go to Activision, and I say, hey, we need 3 years and $40 million. And they go, the budget's kind of tight. We're looking for a project more in the lines of 15 million. And then the producer says, okay, can we go 20 million? And then Activision goes, well, we would like 2 years. And then they parlay and they come up to a consensus. And then they can see if they get the project approved or not. Well, unfortunately, a bad producer will either hold tight to what the studio wants and not budge at all, and then the production company says, okay, well, no, then we're not going to approve the project. Well, then it's like, well, now the project's not approved. That sucks. There's no project to begin with, no funding, no nothing. Sorry, Mikey. Sorry, buddy. Love you, man. And likewise, a bad producer could also be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then they come back and say, yeah, the project got approved. You have 2 years and $15 million. And the team sits there and they says, but we asked for 40 million and 3 years. And the producer just goes, well, that's what I got you. So, you know what? Be happy that it's approved. And then you're left, and then the company's now gonna figure out and rally and freak out and get things all together. And because now they gotta have less time and less budget to execute on the same promises that they established beforehand. Likewise, you could be ahead of schedule, and the producer will be like, okay, we're ahead of schedule, and someone has this idea that they want to work on that they think would be really good. And so they do. And the producer says, you know what, we're going to allot you an extra month on this, because we think that it's also a good idea that could make the project even bigger than it was before. You can work on it. And then other times it's like, no, we're 2 months behind. The idea is great, but you can't work on it because we're 2 months behind. That's producers. And the producer, a good producer, needs to be able to know when to call it quits and when to hold on. Hey! Alright, I'm going to pop out of this lobby to get one more chance. One more shot. One more shot. I hope what I'm saying makes sense and I'm not just rambling. I hope what I'm saying makes sense and I'm not just rambling and people are like, what is he talking about? Makes sense to me. Okay, good. Good. Clear as mud. Great. Oh, my body. It's interesting. Yeah. So when you... The producing producer produces the production. Great way to put it. Exactly. The producing producer produces the production. Indeed. We already had this lobby, so we're going to pop out. Wait a few more minutes. This is going to be my last match, though. The thing is, I wish that these companies would inform the public as to why these situations happen. Absolutely, you're right. Here's the problem with that, is that 99 times out of 100, there is a... if you're doing a 99 times out of 100, if you're doing a big enough game or a big enough... What? The tag on my hat's driving me nuts. Hold on. You're doing a big enough game or a big enough thing or whatever, what's going to happen is that you're going to have a company that's involved that's going to be public, which means they take investments, they take investors, they take money from the public. And because of that, if they express any weakness, then what happens is that immediately people that are in the market are going to like, hey, we're going to pull our money out from here because we already know that this isn't going to go well. Right? They're going to turn around and say, hey, we're out of here. We're pulling out our money. And then when people pull out their money, there's a dip. And then when other people see that dip, they also turn around and say, I'm out too. There's a dip. There's a downward trend. I'm out now. And then it creates this stacking effect of people pull out, people pull out, people pull out. And c'est la vie, you no longer have, you lose a lot of money because of that. You're not showing strength. Right? Strength in your stock and in your company. If you turn around and say, yeah, our producers don't know what they're doing, then the public turns and says, well, why do you have them hired then? You're dumb. I'm pulling my money. Right? Not everybody is Apple. Not everybody is these blue chip giant companies like Walmart or Apple or Pepsi or Coke, or not everybody's like that, where they could turn around and say, yeah, we made some issues, but we're going to bounce back. Here's why. Not everybody's like that. So it sucks, right? So you have to appear strong even if you're not. You have to appear strong even if you're not. You have to baffle with baloney, and then you're dealing with people who don't know what they're talking about as well. And because you have to deal with people who don't know what they're talking about, well, there you go. You gotta roll and work with it. Aren't doing great. It should bring the situation to the higher ups to fix that situation. You are correct. But guess what? If you are as big as a company as you are, remember how I said the delegation, right? The delegation of trying to figure out, you know, the per my, I call it the per my last email situation. I think most people who have to do any sort of form of professional emailing knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because, okay, our directors are not doing good. Okay, the higher-ups now have to investigate what's going on. If the company is big enough to be a publicly traded stock, there is a lot of directors, and there's a lot of producers, and as soon as there's an investigation, everyone's going to be pointing fingers in everyone else's direction but their own. Oh, well, I didn't get it done because this producer didn't do it. Well, I didn't get that done because the director didn't do that. Well, I didn't get that done because Joe Blow the Schmo over here didn't get blah, blah, blah. And it just becomes a giant circle of, okay, who is not doing great? And that's before we include nepotism. Let's not even start where if you got nepotism involved, boy howdy. And what I mean by that is like, yeah, the director of this show is a golfing buddy of mine. Or, hey, the producer of this show is my son. Or the producer of this show is my son-in-law, whatever. I hired him because I think he's a good boy and he does a good job, and he might do a decent job, but they may not be 100% qualified for the job that they're going for. Oh, geez, double. I've been on both ends. I have too. I've been on both ends of it.
Your team boosted.
We maybe sneak a...
Allied been
Okay.
enemy team boosted.
I heard a Boogadaba as well. Ah! It's a good match to end on.
Unbelievable finish.
Now, again, sometimes nepotism is good. Sometimes nepotism is bad. It's all based on the judgment of... it's all based on the judgment of who hired you, right? Because some people, they don't get a chance in any of these industries. They got no chance, and they need someone to take a chance on them. And sometimes nepotism is the only way that they get in, and they turn around and they're one of the biggest. They're one of the biggest stars or the biggest things ever, right? You see that in wrestling sometimes. Sometimes you see the son overtake the father in terms of wrestling know-how. I say nepotism in that way because there's not women only started really wrestling big, like women have been wrestling since the 80s, but there was the diva era, and now that we have the actual like big era of actual like female wrestlers all starring wrestling events. So there hasn't been enough time for there to be a lot of nepotism hires in terms of female wrestlers having their daughter and or son joining the wrestling industry. But many times the son outpaces the father in the wrestling industry in terms of popularity and money and all that stuff. And they would have never been accepted if it wasn't for the fact that their father was someone who was already famous in the industry. And likewise, and the other way around too. Sometimes they're so bad and have no idea what they're doing that everybody suffers because of it, because they're the son's father's favorite dog or whatever. I don't know. You get my point. So, all right, ladies and gents, Randy Orton and Charlotte Flair, for example. I definitely agree with you. I 100% agree with you with Randy. Charlotte passing Rick, she's still got... I don't know. Ric Flair has a lot of like pull in the wrestling industry today. So, well, I'm happy to hear that, Lonnie's Oasis. I really appreciate that. So, all right, guys, if you guys got any questions for me, please let me know, and I will try my best to answer them as we are now entering the Q&R section of the stream. By the way, again, a special shout out to Jay Buns for the amazing art piece and for I just realized my dinner bowl was right there. That's where it went. I was like, I'm going to go put my dinner bowl away. Couldn't find it. I was like, okay, well, ADHD brain kicked in. Couldn't find it. And now I look over at my Streamlabs window. I'm like, what's that gray thing? Oh, it's my dinner bowl. Whoops. Gonna have to bring that in. So I've had so much fun in Rumble in a long time. Again, this is what the game is so good. How close do you think we are to CT Racing 2? Closer today than we were yesterday. I'm sorry, Mirabe. I'm sorry about that. Hi Carter, how you doing? How close we are to CT Racing 2? Closer than we were yesterday. And tomorrow will be closer, but beyond that, I think right now Crash is going to be going on a little bit of a, not a hiatus, but I believe Crash is going to be going for some soul searching. And what I mean by that is that there's going to definitely be a pause. It's obviously going to happen, especially post Rumble, and then Toys for Bob immediately working on Spyro 4. The first issue that you're already having is who is going to work on it. Who is it? Who is it going to be? And unless there's someone internally at Xbox that wants to work on it, there has to be a third party that has to step in and be able to grab it and say, hey, we want to make this. Here's our idea. So I'm going to echo some of the thoughts that a friend of mine also said, but I'm going to inject some of my thoughts as well to kind of create a opinion sandwich here. So Spyro is going to be that break for Crash. Spyro is going to be that break. If I would do the marketing, what I would be doing is I would be doing nuggets and announcements for Spyro for the community just to keep it going, because if you keep the Spyro community going, you're also going to keep the Crash community going just by happenstance because it's an adjacent franchise. So what you're going to get is that you're going to get these franchises that are you're going to get these games, you're going to get these or you're going to get these games that have adjacent IPs that if you boost one, you boost the other as well. And Crash and Spyro are just like that. So if I were them, if let's say the release date for Spyro 4, let's say the full game gets released in, let me just throw a number out there, October 2026. Let's just throw that into there. I would announce it by the end of 2024. Do a reveal. Summer of 2025, I would do a gameplay reveal. Full gameplay reveal, full, hey, here's all the details that you need to know about the game and the direction that's going to be. And then you would start trickling in more updates, more gameplay, some social media teases, tease some secrets, and then at the end of 2024, you would do a big update, and then you would start the road to release social media campaign, which is going to be you're posting nearly every day, you're giving updates, you're doing memes, you're talking about things, you're interacting with the community, you're getting them excited, you're getting them hyped, you're doing your commercials, you're doing all your stuff for a year leading up to Spyro gets released in 2026. And then what you can do is that November 2026, October 2026, and then December, you then start again the tease and say, hey, we now have a Crash Bandicoot title coming out in 2028. And here's our announcement and tease for that. And then, or maybe even 2027. And then you start building that up. And then you can start doing that and building, and keep doing that. And just, because then it would give, if let's say they're looking for somebody right now, let's say 2024, it gives them 4 years to find somebody, get the project funded, get it started, and get it sent out. Heck, if Toys for Bob starts doing really good, a year before even Spyro comes out, they could start on the pre-production of Crash Bandicoot 5 or whatever, and then Xbox could turn around and say, hey, we're looking for someone to make a Crash Team Racing to go along with this Crash Bandicoot 5 business. What can we do? Or, hey, we're looking for someone to do a mobile game. What can we do? What, all these different things. So it's a matter of, hey, let's get it locked in. Let's get it set up and keep it a consistent drip of Crash and Spyro content. And then in between, you can be like, hey, here's a movie, hey, or an animated series, here's a whatever. Because I think Xbox needs to turn and be like, what are we doing not doing this? What are we doing? Why are we not doing this? Why are we not pushing Crash Bandicoot more? because I think that they're going to see the value in that. I think they're going to see the value in Crash Bandicoot, and I'm super excited for Spyro 4 because when Spyro 4 comes out to the general public, people are going to look at Xbox as if they were the saviors of it's going to be viewed as by the general public. Now, of course, we diehard fans know there's a lot more nuance to it, but the general public is going to be like, we didn't have Spyro 4, the Xbox acquisition happened, and now we have Spyro 4, all hail Xbox. And that's what that's what the general public is going to see. Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Yay and nay-ish. It's, is that the full truth? Yay or nay-ish. We don't know. It's murky water at best in terms of how that happened, but it's going to be viewed as such. And if Xbox wants to hold on to that whole savior supremacy, that feeling of, we saved these games for you. We bought Activision from themselves and we saved these games. They're going to want to follow up with more Crash content, because if they turn on, so we also have more Crash games on the way, by the way. Here you go. And just keep up that whole, oh my gosh, thank you Xbox, thank you Xbox for saving our franchises. It's going to give a really good PR image. Whether or not that's, the truth of the matter, that's neither here nor there. But in terms of the image, the outward image to the general public, it's going to be seen as them saving the franchise. And the red suitcase thing, that's a box of puzzles, just like little fidget puzzles. I haven't opened it yet. Liked everything, and it means so much to me. I'm so glad your wife is a Kirby fan. I hope she loves the sticker. She is going to adore it. She's going to try to find a place for it. I'm going to try to find a place for my sticker too. But I was thinking, Jay, was that I was going to 3D print a new case for my phone, and I was trying to figure out what I could make it themed as. And I was thinking that what I could do is I could measure this up, put it onto my actual phone, and then put a hole in the case so that this comes right through, but the rest of the case is covered, so that I have this adorable raccoon vending machine on my phone, and my phone is literally themed around that. And I think that would be really cute. What are your thoughts about that? Final questions before we head out. Despite there was a better method available. Oh, that's literally like almost all jobs. Nearly every job. Yeah, that was quite literally. Love if you had a raccoon phone case. Okay, well, maybe I'll try to get it set up like that. But at the end of the day, Spyro 4 is in development right now. There's going to be an awkward phase right now for Crash. There's I got a feeling that I'm wondering what direction that they might want to go with this new Crash Bandicoot, and I got a feeling that we might see a change to Crash's look again, but not as heavy as before. I got a feeling that Xbox is going to walk in, and I think they're going to spin in some original insane design theory back into the Crash 4 design. They're not going to completely change design and revert back to Crash Insane and say, okay, for your nerdy 30th birthday, would you consider inviting your Spyro and Sparks plushies? I would think they're already automatically invited. Would you think? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Elena. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. For your nerdy 30th birthday, would you consider... Oh, sorry, I already read that. What was I don't have a question, but I do have a riddle. I'm an event you can invite everyone to except for one, but later on, when that person comes, things get loud and really fun. What am I? A surprise party. I don't have a question. I'm an event that you can invite everybody except for one, which is the person that, which is except for one. But later on, when the person comes, things get loud and really fun. What am I? Brexit. Yeah, there we go. Surprise party. Surprise party. Riddles are fun. They are fun. Do you think Rystar will return to you? I would have to take a look. I can't mentally picture. I've heard the name, but I can't mentally picture what or who they are. I thought that you were saying earlier that there was only one game that they had gotten. A lot of games that are one and done, and then that's it, and they're not even really considered a cult classic. The chances of them coming back in terms of like big time is very little. That you might get like a port. But games that are like cult classics, like Medieval, you know, we take close enough. We'll be streaming Gamescom opening night live on is it Tuesday? A Tuesday? I mean, I think I can. Yes. Yes? Question mark. I totally blanked about Gamescom. What in the world? I totally blanked on Gamescom. Like, games who now? Where is it? Thank you for reminding me. Hold on. Gamescom 2024. Gamescom live stream time? It is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The day for opening live is Tuesday, August 20th. You can catch the event live at the following time, depending on your time zone. Is it really Tuesday? It is Oh, wow. Well, on a Tuesday at 2. Well, I think the answer to that question is yes. 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 I forgot about it. I totally blanked on it. I totally forgot that was going to be a thing. But Tuesday it is. From 2 till whenever. Why not Friday? Because it's Germany. I don't know why. I don't know why it being on a Tuesday has any relevance to it being in Germany. I have no idea. I work from home. It doesn't matter. 2 p.m. Come on. Yeah. For me, I'll tell you what. I hate when I have an event in the middle of the day because it feels like I can't get the start of the day started. So let me explain something and then I'll get going. Maybe it's part of the treatment for ADHD because I have to just literally I don't use my ADHD as a crutch. It's my excuse, but that's not my it's my reasoning, but it's not an excuse. You know, if I fail myself in the morning, that's on me. I'm not going to blame anybody. But boy, howdy, does the ADHD make it hard where if I have an appointment at 1 o'clock, if I have an appointment at like 1 o'clock and I get up and I start work at 9 o'clock, I can't do it until, and yes, I am literally medically treated for ADHD. So, you know, I had someone grill me on this before. I'm medically treated for ADHD. It is real, but I have to take, you know, it's my excuse, but I have to take responsibility for it. But I will sit there and be in the waiting room like, okay, I gotta get work done, but something's at 1 and I'm waiting for it because I might miss it and I can't miss it. So I can't do anything important because if I do something important and miss it, I can't do it. I gotta wait. And you can keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then finally you get it done. And when it's done, you're like, okay, it's time to get to work. And you feel tired. Because afterwards you spent you pent up so much energy. Like, okay, The thing's happening, and then the thing happens. You're like, okay, I feel better, and then you're like, okay, time to get to work. You're like, ugh. And you feel like slime, and you feel bad. You don't feel good, and you're like, great, awesome. Now all I can do is play a mobile game on my phone and doom scroll on Twitter. Yay! So, yeah, it's about as fun as a, bag of, what just fell? What was that? A bug or something? I don't know. About as fun as a bag of razor blades. So, yeah, what my favorite thing, the ideal is when I wake up and I forget I have something. I totally blank out on it. And then all of a sudden, the ADHD spidey sense kicks in. See, here's my thing. I don't miss anything, but I am late for things. But I never miss things. 9 times out of 10. I get a spidey sense. Like, I'll be sitting there working, I'm like, something's happening today. What am I missing? And then I'll go and look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a live stream in 20 minutes. I have a thing. I know I have a thing. What is the thing? Yeah, it's like the spidey sense starts. It's like I have a spidey sense. Like there's something missing. We're missing something. I'm late, but I never miss a thing. It's never like did you know there was a stream today? Oh, I didn't even have an idea. No. It's like something's happening. What is it? Now I might be a few minutes late. I told you I had the spidey sense before. It was just actually my ADHD. Exactly. That's what it feels like. ADHD at times feels like a spidey sense. Here's the best part about ADHD, and here's the worst part about ADHD, okay? Sometimes I'll be sitting there, and I'm like, I gotta get this thing done for work, and I'm excited about it. All of a sudden, 6 hours later, I did 2 days of work, and I haven't peed. Right? And I haven't peed, and I haven't left, and then I stand up, and I feel all my limbs crippled. But boy, howdy, I got 2 days worth of work done, and I loved every second of it. And then the next day, I couldn't get 10 minutes of work done. Yay. Oh, let me tell you my favorite thing for my ADHD thing. My favorite thing. You ready for this? My favorite thing is the procrastination guilt or responsibility guilt or what? I can't remember. Someone named it the other day. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm the last person to go to sleep in the house 80 times out of 100. 80 times out of 100, I am the last person to go to sleep. I can't go to sleep first. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. What happens, okay, what happens is that I can't sleep, and I don't want to sleep because I finished my work day, I got the kids to bed, I hung out with my wife, she fell asleep, it's 10 o'clock, I should go to sleep. But no, my ADHD brain's like, you haven't played much video games today. There's some YouTube videos you could probably watch. It's only 10 o'clock. Treat yourself. It's the end of the day. Okay. And I'm not feeling tired. I'm not feeling tired. And then it's 3 a.m. And I'm still not feeling tired. If I went by how I feel, I would probably go to bed at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. every day if I went just by feeling. I literally have to slam my head into bed. It's like, okay, you're lying down at 1 a.m. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you feel tired, then you could lie down beforehand. But no ifs, ands, or buts. It doesn't matter how good the game is. It doesn't matter how good the podcast is. It doesn't matter how good the video is. It doesn't matter how much work you're getting done. 1 a.m., no ifs, ands, or buts. Head is smacking the pillow and sleeping. I have to force myself to do that. Otherwise, I will just stay up till 4 a.m. being like, yeah. It's not fun. So, but again, I am responsible for my actions, which means I have to get up. We have family coming in tomorrow at around. We're meeting them at a restaurant around 9 or 10 a.m. So I have to go to bed and get ready for them tomorrow and to be able to hang out with them tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be having hopefully a good time, and I'm excited. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video and our live stream on Tuesday. We're streaming on Tuesday. We're going to start at 1:30. You got all you people watching, all of you 60 plus people. You be here on Tuesday at 1:30, or I will be, I don't know, moderately displeased. I don't know. I don't even know what I would be. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video and our live stream. New video on Monday, and then a live stream on Tuesday. Going crazy this next week. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.